Good morning, watch nerds. Like many enthusiasts, I go through periods when I get attracted to a certain genre of watch, and at the moment I'm getting into dress watches. I like the fact they're petite and they almost disappear onto the wrist. This is why I get quite annoyed when watch companies produce large dress watches, because I don't think they're really dress watches. Maybe that's just me being pompous though. As well as being into dress watches, I'm also getting quite interested in watches that aren't round. Recently, I bought and reviewed a Farasuit 226B, and I absolutely love how it looks on the wrist. The trouble with this type of watch is that the market is far smaller than a diver or garter, so if you buy one, be prepared to take a hit when you sell it, or just be patient when you're looking for a new buyer. Now, if you're to buy one of these Islander Astorias directly from the site, it's going to cost you $329, or if you live in the UK as I do, you can buy one with postage and duty included for £285, which I think represents great value when you actually look at the complete package. Of course, I'll let you lot make your own minds up on that one. And this is my unpaid and unsponsored review of the Islander Astoria. As you probably know, Long Islander watches are owned by a guy called Mark, who is well known in the watch world and has got his own popular YouTube channel. The watches are therefore technically a USA based micro brand, but almost certainly produced in the Far East. Now forgive my geography, but I believe Astoria is a place somewhere near New York. Let me know if I'm wrong. Like all Islander watches, it arrived in this cardboard box on a cushion with a 1-year warranty. I know the argument is that the less you spend on packaging means you can spend more on the watch, but as I believe part of the experience is the unwrapping, I would like to see something just a little bit more premium, even if it's just a watch roll. As usual, I'll start with the dimensions. Now the case width is 34mm. The length is 37mm, although the lug to lug is 44.5mm. The lug width, by the way, is 18mm. Now the depth, including a flat sapphire crystal, is just a smidgen over 9mm, and the weight on this strap is just 53 grams. Now although quite a small watch, it's fairly flat, and I think anybody with a smaller wrist than mine, which is about 6 3/4 inches, may struggle a bit. Inside the watch and keeping it ticking is the Myota 9039, which is the undated version of the 9015. These are commonly known as the Japanese ETA 2824, although quite different in many respects. They are high beat, very accurate and reliable calibre. Now it's a 4 Hz movement, which means it beats away at 28,800 beats per hour. It hacks, hand winds, and the power reserve is around 40 hours. Now I have had this and do have this movement in several of my watches, and I rate it very highly. I can tell you that in real life this is actually running at +1 second a day, which is quite amazing. Let's have a look at how it performs on the time grapher though. There we are. Even though not fully round, we've got a good amplitude, an excellent beat error, and a fantastic rate. The 5mm push-pull crown is signed, operates the watch as it should do, is nicely knurled, and that's about it for the crown really. The 316L stainless steel tornado shaped case is all polished to a reasonable standard. Now it is all polished, but this is common for a dress watch. Now it's got a fixed bezel, and the sides are dual faceted. Now flip it over and you can see the brush back is held on by 4 screws, which helps with its claimed 50 metres of water resistance, which is pretty good for this type of watch. As you can see, it's got a picture of a building engraved on it, which I presume has got some relevance, and then some information is engraved around the outside. Now this is quite a complex dial, and I think the choice of polished cathedral hand is perfect. In actual fact, this model comes in 3 colours, this black, a white and a baby blue. We start off with what I would describe as an enclosed minute track, which is repeated on the inner part of the dial. Now the 3, 6, 9 and 12 markers are all in Roman numerals, whilst the remainder of the indices are straightforward batons. Under the 12 o'clock it reads Islander, but there is no Islander logo, which I believe is a good decision. Above the 6 o'clock it just reads automatic. The outer and inner part of the dial are textured, but differently. Now Mark decided to add C3 lume to the dial, even though I don't think that was strictly necessary. To be honest, it isn't particularly bright and it doesn't last an awful long time, but I don't think most people who would have bought one of these will actually really care. Now I bought this used but nearly new, and it came with the original strap which is on it now and a leather one. As yet I haven't actually decided which one I'm going to keep it on. Now the supplied one is a sort of grey denim, and it's leather on the back, and although some reviewers aren't particularly keen on it, I think it looks really nice and it adds some individualism. It's quite soft, very comfortable, and it'll easily fit wrists exceeding 7.5 inches. So what do I think of the Island Astoria? If you'd asked me a year ago, I would have told you I hated it. But like most of us, my tastes have evolved. I love the tornado case, the dial texturing, the slimness of the case, and it's got an excellent movement. Yep, if this is the type of watch you're interested in, you're going to struggle to find a better one. So that brings me to the end of this review. If you've enjoyed it, please click on the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave your comments below, and as usual, enjoy the rest of your day.